best things in life are free, but you can keep them for the birds and bees. Now give me money.
We present G.F. Newman's The Corrupted.
There was so much going on in 1964, it's hard to know what to bring to mind. The comedy on BBC television called Steptoe and Son was pulling in 26 million viewers. That's half the country watching it. Mary Quant and Vidal Sassoon were fashion icons, and the Rolling Stones were shocking audiences by dressing in a dishevelled way, while mods and rockers were battling for supremacy. I was definitely a mod. I liked sharp suits. I had about 20 or more. As kids battled on the streets at home, nations did around the world. Both Cyprus and Uganda suffered strife, while the war in Vietnam was set to get worse under President Johnson. My dad, Joey Oldman, was prospering, but unhappy that Jack was back on his feet and doing well. He had yet to pay back the banker Julian Turwitt for double-crossing him, but Joey had instruments in place for that and would wait for his moment. Joey was no villain bragging about what he had off. No one would ever grass him. That's why Detective Inspector George Fenwick trusted him and brought him the offering he did.
You've been splashing out, Joey. New office furniture?
You get to a point where appearances do matter, George. I have more and more people coming here these days. I even had to take on a new girl for typing.
I hear you're doing well in the Tory party too.
I'm beginning to wonder if I haven't backed the wrong horse there. Arnold Goodman, my solicitor, keeps saying the leader of the Labour Party is going to be the next Prime Minister.
You couldn't do worse than Sir Alec Douglas Hume.
I thought policemen were supposed to be above politics, George.
I don't know how.
What's this information you think I'll be interested in?
A certain person approached me about moving a lot of money. I told him I knew someone I thought could help.
Oh, now.
No, not who.
How much are we talking about, George?
A lot. Over $500,000.
And obviously this person can't deposit it in a bank.
Not if he wants to keep his liberty.
That sort of money can only be from one source.
This man was one of the principals involved. He got the lion's share.
And would he know I'm involved?
This is a man who would need to negotiate with you face to face.
How urgent is this, George?
Our boys are closing the net. This man will probably be the last to fall. I'm not about to give him up.
I'd sooner deal through you.
He won't wear that. He's a businessman like you, Joey. He needs to know who he's dealing with.
$500,000's a lot of money to dispose of safely, George. Even in old used notes.
It's not me you need to convince. He expects you to negotiate hard. Thing is, he wants someone reliable, so he knows if he does go away, some of his share will be there when he gets out.
I appreciate your faith in me, George.
That's for him to decide. It's why he has to meet you.
Let me think about it. I'll talk to Cath. After all, I could end up in the same place as your contact.
God forbid.
That's women for you.
I'll get your attention now, Cath.
I have been thinking about it, Joey. But could Brian and me run all your businesses if you was to go away?
Cath, were to go away.
No, I always forget when I'm stressed.
You cope very well. It might even settle Brian down, that sort of responsibility. Get him away from Jack's influence.
How much would you expect to get?
I'd ask for 40%.
Oh, we could do an awful lot with 200,000, Joey.
That's all I've been thinking about since George Fenwick came to me.
Don't say anything to Brian.
He doesn't need to know. No one does. Apart from Fenwick and the mystery man who approached him.
You've made up your mind, Joey, by the sound of it.
Welcome, Joey. I was just pointing out to Bruce here, that's Peggy Ashcroft over the table there, with the young actor in the red scarf. Probably giving him one. She likes them young. This is Bruce Reynolds, Joey, the man I told you about. Joey Oldman.
Bruce. It's an interesting cafe, George. I'd say if she likes them that young, Joey, that lets us both off the hook.
It's no fool quite like an old fool.
That's not you, from what George tells me.
What else has he told you?
Very little. He knows very little, apart from you're well closed up. A reliable man of substance. You sound like someone I want to do business with.
I know nothing about you, Bruce. That's the way to keep it.
Good. I've got to get back to work.
Good luck, George.
You got some money that needs put in somewhere safe.
I've got it somewhere safe, Joey. I want it to go into a washing machine where I can see it coming out after a while with a clean history.
That's the expensive bit.
I know there's a price tag. Depends how big.
Do I assume none of this money is traceable, other than by the amount?
All old notes, nothing running in sequence.
And a very large amount.
More than most people dream of. 620 grand.
For some people it's a nightmare.
You didn't even blink.
I like money. The more the better.
I'm liking the sound of you, Joey.
The more of it there is to wash, the more it costs percentage-wise.
You got a figure in mind?
I have. It'll cost you 40%, not a penny more.
That's a lot of money. 25% is fair.
Very fair. If you can find someone you can trust to handle it for that amount, Mr. Reynolds.
You deal in shares, George tells me.
What else did he tell you?
You've had some good results. Could you put my bit in shares?
Why'd you want that?
I'm a realist, Joey. I might end up in jail. Something to come out to would be nice. Let's shake hands on 30%, shall we?
Let me ask you this. What did you expect your original share to be?
Around 50 grand.
So, even at 40%, you're 332 grand ahead. Hopefully a clean 332 grand.
What guarantees do I have that it will come out clean?
There are no guarantees in life, Mr. Reynolds. Oh, if only there were.
There is one, Joey. If you betray me, I will kill you. I don't care how long it takes.
I'm not a strong man. But equally, if my name gets mentioned in relation to this money, I will settle with you.
Then we know where we stand.
You say the money's in a safe place. Can you get it to me in parcels of no more than 50 grand each?
No problem. Here's my hand on 40%. Tell me where it goes to.
Joey? What are you doing sitting here in the dark?
Can't sleep, Cath. Thinking about all that money. I don't know what robbers feel like when they get their money and can't spend it.
You are not a robber. A businessman can have large amounts of money.
Not over £600,000.
You said you're putting it in different safe deposit boxes.
That's the easy bit. It doesn't help me disperse it.
Well, couldn't you talk to your solicitor? Mr. Goodman always knows what to do.
You, me and my contact knows about this. It stays that way. Perhaps we've bitten off more than we can chew with this, Cath.
That's not Joey Oldman. Find a solution. We can't give that money up.
Well, I can't spend it either. Unless you want to live abroad.
What? And have to eat all that foreign muck?
I'll think of something. Maybe slip some out through Emils of Undra's Fire All-Time Marine Insurance Company.
Joey worried about all the money he couldn't easily put to work. Anxiety increased with 20 of the great train robbers going on trial at Buckingham Assizes and getting long sentences. He was especially concerned in case Bruce Reynolds was arrested and thought Joey was to blame. Jack, on the other hand, got more and more angry as the net closed in on the train robbers and he couldn't get any more shares. Even with Ronnie Biggs getting 30 years, he still couldn't see how well out of it he was. He used the old army captain turned banker Julian Turwitt to handle the amounts of cash he did get, and Joey was coming to the conclusion he might just have to do the same, though he didn't want to give him the satisfaction on account of their past business when he double-crossed him with Jack. Tensions with the Krays never died down. Ronnie thought Jack should give him a share of the money he claimed off the train blaggers. It only needed the tiniest of sparks to set them off. One such was at a charity boxing tournament Julian Turwitt's bank sponsored. Harry Carpenter, the BBC commentator, was there and suggested the two of them put the gloves on and get in the ring together for a couple of rounds.
Be sensible, Harry. The fat puff wouldn't last one round, even with Reggie's help.
I ain't fat. Oh,
Come on, man. Back in, boys. Now.
You got plenty coming, Jack.
Well, you might need a bit of help with that, son.
Come on, Rich. Let's go.
You don't seem to have lost what I saw back in our army days.
I like to keep my hand in, Julian.
You've got old scores to settle.
We try to avoid each other. Bad for business otherwise.
Sensible. Do you know a man called Charles Richardson?
Charlie Richardson. Used to work for Billy Hill. Why?
He and his brother took a lot of money out of a company to whom we loaned it. They built up a good credit rating, then got a lot of goods and didn't pay.
That's their game. Long firms.
If the company goes belly up and we lose our money, it'll hurt our little bank. How would you like a percentage for getting our money back?
How much are we talking about?
Nearly £200,000.
The Richardsons would sooner give blood.
I don't mind how much they give in the process.
What are you offering, Julian?
5% recovery fee.
20 would be better, Jack.
20? Brian ought to come and work for me. 10.
If they just hand it back, that's an easy 20 grand. Why would they?
We'll see what the mugs have got to say.
I'm feeling glad all over, yes, I'm glad all over, baby.
You've got to be kidding me, Jack. Give it back? The firm what sold us the goods is a limited company. They can't make a go of it. Tough.
We're nice people, Charlie. Asking nicely.
What if I tell you to take a funny run?
We'll chop you up and feed you to the pigs out at Manny's farm.
You're crackers, Brian. Chopping up the furniture, I'll pay 30 quid for that desk.
Either it goes back, or it's all out war.
That costs everyone. Eddie will want more, especially after you're nicking our money off that train robber.
You got the most to lose with all this long firming you're doing.
We might have to wipe our mouth. Let me talk to Eddie when he comes back.
Don't take too long about it, Charlie.
He's still upset about the train money we got.
Yeah, but what can he do?
Well, he always does. Plot against us.
You worry too much, Brian.
This is Mansion House 3571. Joey Oldman.
Joey. Charles Richardson. You want to talk about a bit of business?
Well, always ready to talk business, Mr. Richardson. When did you have in mind?
I'm right across the street.
Well, come up. I'll tell my girls to go to lunch. We're on the second floor. You're a man who's as cautious as myself, Mr. Richardson.
So we live to fight another day, Joey. Everyone calls me Charlie.
Then to business. What is it you want?
Cash. Lots of it.
That sounds more like extortion.
Here. Do you know what this is?
It's a Bank of England certificate for gold.
We got about 40 of them.
Genuine?
Of course. It's for you to verify. I want 180 grand for them.
Well, why don't you sell them?
The pressure the Bank of England's under with this government.
Would it get better with the Labour government?
I doubt it. There are only certain windows for selling. I need money now. I know you got money you might want to get rid of.
I never want to get rid of money, Charlie.
Not even Bruce Reynolds' ill-gotten gains?
I don't know any Bruce Reynolds.
He reckons he knows you. Left a lot of money with you.
I think our business is ended here.
So you can't help me out?
Not in the way you think. I'm interested in the gold for a brokerage fee.
When isn't there one?
I'd want the Bank of England to verify all the certificates.
Ever the cautious one, Joey?
I might live to be an old man that way.
Let's do it.
To Joey's surprise and delight, the gold certificates were authenticated as genuine, worth 190 grand. 1,900 quid he earned as a brokerage fee, and gave the Richardsons 3 parcels of money for the balance, which was in fact some of the money Bruce Reynolds had left with him. A week later, Julian Turwick called in at Jack's club with a smile on his face a mile wide.
There she was, just walking down the street singing.
The Richardsons came into my bank with all the money they stole from our clients.
Just like that.
In cash. That must be the easiest £10,000 you've ever earned, Jack.
That's what reputation does for you, Julian.
The Richardsons offered to mind the bank for us.
Be the worst day's work you ever did.
Something's going on, Jack. Those two would sooner lose their firstborn than part with their cash.
You worry too much. I told you.
I assume you'll want cash.
$2,000 of it for Brian here, so he can stop worrying and buy neat up Joe.
There's a boys' boxing tournament coming up next month at the Royal Albert Hall. It'll be attended by Her Royal Highness Princess Margaret. Perhaps you'd like to come.
You know me in boxing, Julian.
Your brother-in-law is going with the lady from the local Conservative Association. He made a handsome donation to the party recently.
Is that what you want from me, Julian? A donation?
Your knowledge about boxing is enough.
What's Jack doing here? Did Margaret Courtney invite him?
Don't think so, Cath. He's not a Tory.
Someone did.
Calm down. Don't fret yourself. Expect Turwit brought him along.
Well, he better not be introduced to Princess Margaret, nor to Margaret Courtney. I don't want her knowing who he is.
Stop worrying, Cath. You're not your brother's keeper.
It'll reflect badly on us if it comes out, and please don't call me Cath. I prefer Catherine.
Jack's headed our way.
Cath. Joey. How you doing? I didn't know you liked boxing.
It's a good cause.
We got ringside seats. You want to sit with us?
We're perfectly fine. Thank you, Jack. Your friend is signalling you.
Julian, I'll introduce you.
They're coming over.
You had a ride in Brian's new E-Type Jag? I'll give him the money.
It's Gaze. And yes, very nice.
Julian. You know Joey, my sister Cath.
Yes, of course. This is Lord Boothby.
I'm charmed to meet a sister of Jack's. He's such a colourful character.
Yes.
It's your big moment, Jack. Princess Margaret wants you to sit next to her and explain the finer pugilistic points as the matches proceed. Excuse us.
Gushti.
This is Oldman. Margaret Courtney said what sterling work you've been doing raising money for the party.
Wearing herself out, my lord.
No, we can't have that. I must speak to Brian. Such a charming young man.
Well, what will our lady chairman say about that, Cath? Get Catherine.
Cath was too preoccupied watching Jack talking to Princess Margaret to watch any of the boxing. Frustrated beyond measure when the princess laughed at something he said or turned her head to his shoulder when a particularly savage blow was landed. Afterwards, Margaret Courtney, the local party chairman, came up to Cath and clasped her hands in excitement.
My word, Catherine, what success! The princess has gone off to Annabelle's with your brother in her party. He was such a hit with her. What a dark horse you are. Didn't know you had such an interesting family.
Unlike Joseph, Jack doesn't enjoy publicity.
Oh, he'll get plenty from this. The tabloids took a lot of pics. We'll get some good coverage, too. Tories doing our bit to redirect youth. I'm thrilled.
We're thrilled, too, Margaret.
You look tired, Catherine. Joseph must take you home and make you put your feet up. We can't have you so worn out you can't help us. Go along.
I will be pleased to get in and get me feet off.
I'm making you a nice cup of tea.
Oh.
Cath! Cath! All right. Let's get you up.
I'm just a bit tired, that's all.
You should see the doctor tomorrow. He can give you a tonic.
I'll be fine. Let's just get inside.
Cath wasn't fine. She was scared and had been putting off going to the doctor, fearing he might confirm what she suspected: breast cancer. She'd had a lump there for some time, and it was getting more tender. Joey wasn't the sort of man who felt his wife's breasts, or anywhere else for that matter. Money was his sex, and he spent most of his time thinking about it and thinking how he could get more of Bruce Reynolds' money into the system. When I talked to him about insuring my new car with fire, auto and marine insurance, he decided to get some of the money out through Savundra's company.
My dear Joseph, prudence is no bad thing, but here, unnecessary.
We can't expand the business any faster at present. To do so, we need money to underwrite potential claims.
But you told me that all we need do is delay paying claims until more money comes in.
How long do you think we can delay for?
We pay some claims, those that are genuine.
But from premiums, not contingency. What about the complaints from the Board of Trade?
I'd like you to deal with the board, and Alan Carmichael.
I want answers to customers' complaints, Emil.
No, Joseph, he'll want bakshish.
That might keep him quiet for a while. Meanwhile, I've got some spare cash I can put in.
Excellent. How much?
Upwards of $250,000. Provided there's more financial rigour. You can't treat the company like it's your own personal bank account.
Is that what I do?
It's what John Bloom did with Rolls Razor, and look what trouble he's in. I want some mechanism whereby I can get my money out of Fire Auto Marine at short notice.
And have you got such a mechanism, Joseph?
I'll loan the company money in chunks of £20,000 and take 10% back from every premium we take in.
That seems reasonable.
I'd like to move all our bank into Julian Turwit's bank.
Is that a proper bank?
It's licensed to take in deposits and make loans. They hold your bearer bonds, Emil. Makes sense to give them other business. Oh, I should set that up.
Our business ethic is very simple, Julian. Everyone who can afford a motor car deserves affordable insurance.
Admirable.
We're able to insure Brian's E-Type Jag for £63 per annum.
Then you'd better take my insurance business. I'm paying 4 times that to insure my Alvis. Do you need further finance? I have 1 or 2 clients who I'm sure would be interested in investing.
Wonderful.
Oh, we're okay. We're expanding as fast as we can cope with.
Joseph checks my over-enthusiasm.
Do keep me in mind when you're ready to expand further.
Everybody loves somebody sometime.
Why don't you let Julian Turwit come in with some money, Dad?
Your dad's put the money in.
Cath.
What's going on?
A little, that's all. Money.
But Savundra's a crook. You said.
Why do you insure your car with him?
It's a good deal.
Precisely. I have a means of getting my money out. So what about you coming to work for me full-time, Brian?
Yeah, maybe, Dad. Jack's such an ache. He reckons he's gone up the social ladder.
And now's a good time.
That sounds boring. It's not like the spiels, that's exciting.
That could all go tomorrow with you in the newspapers. How would that look for us?
We've got enough old bills straightened, we're okay.
Yeah, it could change.
So could your business. With that inquiry Harold Wilson started into Rackman and slumlords like him.
Go away. We have help.
While your face fits.
More to do with the colour of our money.
You're mad tying him with a crook like Savundra.
Brian!
No,
it's all right, Catherine, he'll learn.
Jack Braden might have caught Princess Margaret's eye, but he won't prosper. We'll see to that. The thieving tyke and that Julian Turwit.
Enough, Catherine.
I'm fed up with his bloody selfishness after all we done for him.
Did.
You make me say things I shouldn't, Brian. Well, you hang out with my worthless brother. See what good it does you when your father's a millionaire. Oh!
Huh? What's wrong?
You didn't see the doctor like you said.
Well, it's just a pain in the chest. Help me up.
Well, I've got to call the doctor out to you.
Oh, I hate hospitals. The smell always reminds me of when I was laid up with crazy Leah Cohen around.
You still sweet on her, Brian?
That'd be daft, Dad. I think Jack sent her right round the bend.
No word on her?
Yeah, she's better off without him. How much longer are they going to take examining Mum?
Tests take time. At least it means they're being thorough.
Is it serious, Dad, is it? She's not going to die or nothing.
Oh, I expect she's just run down, son. A tonic and a bit of rest is what she needs. Maybe we'll have her run out to Brighton.
You should have a proper holiday.
Well, I would if I had someone reliable like you to take care of things.
Don't say that, Dad. I've got the life I want.
Oh, that's nice for you. How many people get the life they want? You should think about that the next time you're in trouble. Mother's right, you're selfish. She spoilt you rotten.
Oh, yeah, I'd say after what you two did to Grandad, I have nightmares
Shut
still.
your mouth. You don't know what you're talking about.
Don't I? I suppose I imagined
You don't know what she saved you from.
Saved me? Robbed me of my Grandad, you mean?
You stop this and listen to me,
No,
boy.
no, I don't want to listen.
That's bloody well listen. That nice granddad of yours was trying to abuse you. Your mother had him abusing her for years before I come on the scene. He tried it even then. He got no more than he deserved, that lousy bastard. That doodlebug dropping on Sullivan's coal yard and blowing him to smithereens did us all a favour. And that's the truth. You're old enough to know the truth. But don't you blame your mum for the way things turned out for you.
Mr. Oldman.
Yes, that's me. How is she, Doctor?
Should we go somewhere private?
Oh, it's all right. This is our son, Brian. He has to know and all.
I'm afraid it's cancer, Mr. Oldman.
No, it can't be. She's just been overdoing it.
Breast cancer. We'd like to remove her left breast, then start her on a course of chemotherapy. We're optimistic that we caught this in time. It doesn't seem to have spread to anywhere else.
When will you do this?
We'll get her into theatre tomorrow. We'll pop out some of the lymph glands in her neck and arm, just to be sure. You'll need to sign the consent.
Thank you, Doctor. Yes. Can we see her?
Of course. The nurse will show you. Nurse?
This way, Mr. Oldman.
She'll be all right, Dad. Of course she will.
I'll make sure she gets the best. Catherine, look at you.
Mum, I'm so sorry, Mum. I didn't mean to hurt you.
Oh, don't cry, Brian. It's just a little lump in my breast. They'll soon sort that.
Of course they will. Tomorrow they're going to do it.
Who's going to look after you, Joey? How will you cope?
Let's just worry about getting you right.
Joey put on a brave face, but he was really worried he might lose her. So was I, especially as we had rowed just before. I didn't quite know how to cope with what Joey had told me about my granddad, the dirty old bastard. A lot of things about him and Mum made sense now, but it didn't make the nightmares about Mum bashing in his brains with a coal hammer go away. The cancer was much deeper and more spread than first thought. Surgeons had to take away her left breast and cut deep into her neck and under her left arm. Margaret Courtney, the local Tory chairwoman, was a great support to them both. She was the sort of woman that no situation could defeat. Not the Profumo scandal, Macmillan collapsing in defeat, nor Sir Alec Douglas-Home losing the election to Harold Wilson. She just sailed on, and bizarrely, into Joey's arms. There was a man who, as far as I was aware, had no thought about sex. Perhaps most boys thought that about their dads. But then I was to learn that he wasn't my dad. There I go again, getting ahead of myself.
If you were to build an office block in Kensington, I'm sure we could help you get permission easily enough.
Can you find any agreeable counsellors in the City of London?
Perhaps. Shouldn't watch a lady dressing, Joseph.
I can't help myself, Margaret. I don't want you to put any of it away.
I have to get back. Colonel thinks I'm at Fortnum and Mason shopping.
Oh, these afternoons are wonderful. I feel liberated.
You've been under a great strain seeing Catherine through her illness, my darling. You deserve a respite.
Could we have another respite before we return to duty?
Oh, you naughty man. You'll have to be quick or I shan't get my shopping.
I want to linger over you. Savour every stolen moment with you.
Pretty woman, walking down the street. Pretty woman, the kind I like to meet.
Joey, is that you?
Large as life, twice as handsome.
Where have you been? Julian Turwit's been trying to get you. He's rung several times, and to your office.
Oh, I had a bit of business to attend to.
Where were you? What business? I was worried in case something had happened.
I had to go to the safe deposits. A certain party wants his money back. He's going to live abroad.
He can't have it, can he?
Well, he can have some of it. Well, what's this about Turwit?
He said to ring him the moment you got in.
Well, I think a cup of tea is a priority, don't you, my love? I'll put the kettle on.
I'll do that. I've got to start doing things to get my strength back.
Don't rush things. You know what you laid up again.
Oh, Joey. I don't know what I'd do without you. You won't ever leave me, will you?
Whoever put that thought in your head?
I just got so worried today when I couldn't find you. Oh, that'll be him again.
Bayswater 5755?
Joey.
Julian. Catherine said you called. I haven't got my coat off.
Well, keep it on. Get here urgently. I'm at the bank. Something's happened that you should know about, if you don't already.
You He's in a bit of a state.
What's it about? What'd he say?
I can guess.
Look at them. Look, all worthless. Those bonds Savundra gave me aren't worth the paper they're written on. That bloody scringing Indian.
It can't be.
Excellent forgeries, but forgeries nonetheless.
How, Julian? We both accepted them as genuine.
I had to raise more capital. The bank I went to spotted them.
That means Fire Auto Marine is worthless. I've still got money in there.
My bank has first call on any money. How much do you have in?
I've taken money out week on week, but still don't want to lose the rest.
There might be a way that neither one of us loses. Does Savundra have any more of these bonds knocking around?
If they're dud, what's the use?
Like I said, they're pretty duds. I could raise money from outside investors, enough to get both your money out and the bank's. Meanwhile, you have a rapidly growing customer base.
How long before the whole house of cards tumbles down, with the Board of Trade pushing for a meeting?
Meet whoever. Reassure him further funds are available. With enough of these bonds, we could raise money for your office development.
There'll come a point when the bonds have to yield.
If your property development is sound, they can take a piece of that in lieu.
I'll talk to Savundra. See what access he has to more bonds.
How did he spot the bonds were wrong?
Someone pointed out the Queen's head in the watermark was facing the wrong way.
Perhaps he's meant to face that way.
Question is, how many more have you got?
You do realise this banker Julian Derwit is a crook, Joseph. We should expose him to the police.
And how would we gain from that, Emil?
I see the logic, old chap. How many bonds does he want?
As many as you've got. Meanwhile, Fire Auto and Marine takes premiums in as fast as it can. Discount where we have to, just get them in. I'll meet with the Board of Trade Inspector. Come in, Mr. Carmichael. Please, have a seat. Can I offer you some tea?
No, thank you, Mr. Oldman.
Well, as I explained on the phone, sir, Fire Auto Marine is a new company. It's growing too fast. We've had some liquidity problems in the past.
And are they now behind you?
Well, I'll be frank, I'm not sure they are. We're working hard at getting money from investors who are in for the long haul. I suspect most of the pressure on the Board of Trade is coming from our more established rivals who are losing business to us.
I can't comment on that.
Well, if we could get a little more time, we'll be fine.
How much more time?
6 months.
Presumably by then more premiums will have been collected?
God willing.
Yes, it's the unsettled claims that concern us.
A lot need thorough investigation. Operating at the bottom end of the market attracts less than straightforward clients. The genuine claims are paid.
Well, we need to see evidence of that, Mr. Oldman.
I'd welcome any sort of inspection at any time, at however short notice. You sure I can't get you some tea?
Perhaps. Without milk or sugar.
Very good. Yeah, can we get a pot of tea, please, Rita? Thanks. My wife prefers it your way, bless her. She's just been through major surgery for cancer.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, she's through the worst, but a constant state of anxiety about a possible relapse. Families are such a worry. You've got a daughter just starting college.
How do you know?
As with General Patton, I like to know my enemy.
Well, I hope we're not enemies.
A lot of expense involved with your daughter.
It goes on and on. My salary isn't large.
If only the so-called working classes made as many sacrifices for their children, instead of relying on handouts, they wouldn't die in ignorance.
Does seem unfair.
Calm down, Joey. Was it that funny?
Well, it was wonderful, Catherine. I offered him a loan to help with his daughter's college expenses. He was eating out my hand.
A loan?
No such thing. All we have to do is get working with those bonds and raise the money for the office development.
How can a Board of Trade official be so easily corrupted? This country's going to the dogs under Harold Wilson.
You'd be grateful for the breathing space Mr. Carmichael has given us. I know the person who might be interested in investing. Charlie Richardson.
Spring little cobra getting ready to strike. Spring little cobra with all your might.
How do we know this property venture's sound, Joey?
I'm investing in it, and so is the bank.
How do we know you'll raise enough dough?
It's underwritten by £1.2 million worth of government bonds deposited at the bank.
Why not sell them? That's what you once said to me.
They're 10-year bonds with another 4 years to run. We'd lose too much.
So we'd have to wait 4 years for our dough.
Business is long-term.
How much are you looking for?
I'm putting in 290 grand. For the 10-storey office block on Threadneedle Street, we need another 1.1 million, plus 50 grand fees.
How many investors are in?
3. Me, Fire Auton Marine, and the bank. They're putting in clients.
Jack, is he in?
This is legit. Whoever comes in has to be sound.
It's about right. What's it going to be worth?
Commercial estate agents say conservatively 2.8 million, with a letting value of 140 to 150,000 pounds a year.
We'll come in for a fifth, subject to them bonds being right. Our brief will take a deco.
You won't regret it, Charlie.
We've waited a long time for something kosher. Now's the time to walk away, Joey. Because if it ain't, there'll be consequences.
This is business. You absolutely sure the Richardsons solicitor liked what he saw, Julian?
The man was like an East End barrow boy, Joseph, in his loud Italian suit and his spivvy tie. He wouldn't know a 10-year bond from a fag card. All we have to do is await Richardson's money from South Africa.
Well, I'll feel easier when it's here and they're signed up.
Well, I've been having a bit of a giggle myself.
It goes deeper with that than you, don't it? I know you. You've been waiting for something like this to happen. You've given
Joey?
up trying to get out of this bit
Charlie?
on your own steam. You're hoping for some rich woman
Watching
to make
Steptoe,
you
son.
out of it. Well, it's
Someone
time
said
for
you never miss.
Oh, yeah, I like to watch.
Where's your missus?
Tory party meeting.
Check the house, Eddie.
They're all the same, these rich
She's not here.
Do you think we're just off the boat?
Of course not. What's the problem?
You could have taken us into your confidence, Joey. Instead, you insult us.
What are you saying?
Them bonds. Do you think we'd send a mug to look at them? Our brief spotted they was wrong right off. If we paid with our dough, your missus would be picking your brains off the wall.
So, tell me, what is it?
They're forgeries. What we need to know is where you got them.
I take it you don't want to participate in it.
Listen to him, Ed. I like your style, Joey. And one last time, where'd you get them?
I think you know me better than that.
You stupid Burke, you don't know us at all. We could do a lot with bonds that good. We're talking sensible at the moment, Joey. Before it gets rough, you tell me where you got them.
Well, it's not how I do business.
Give me the gun, Eddie.
Charlie!
This is how we do business, Joey!
Boy! We've got to top the Richardsons. They done Dad. They done him!
Well, what do you mean? They topped him?
They beat him up bad because he wouldn't tell them about some bearer bonds.
What are you going to do with a knife? Chop them up?
One then the other.
Be sensible, Bry. Cunning. Wait till they least expect it.
You've got to see Dad, you can't recognise him.
Take a deep breath. Think about what hurts them most. Taking their liberty.
I want to top him.
That only makes them dead.
Well, what am I supposed to do? Grass them?
We'll think of something.
I had a real problem staying calm. I went from club to club drinking and finally picked up a young rent boy and took him back to my place. I took all my anger and frustration out on him and beat him up when he said something out of place before throwing him out. An hour or so later, I wasn't any calmer when the police arrived at the door. The rent boy had made a complaint. I stared at one of the young policemen, convinced I knew him, but I couldn't remember where from. Then I had it. Tony Wednesday. The kid from the orphanage that PC Watling used to bring to the street parties when we were nippers. I thought I'd be alright when we got reacquainted, but it wasn't to be.
We'd like you to come to the police station to make a statement.
You've got to be kidding. There you are. There's a nice few quid for you.
Oh, no. You're coming with us. Take him.
Hey?
Right. Hey!
All right.
What do you want, Brian?
I want to talk to my brief.
Who's that?
Eh? My dad's brief, Arnold Goodman.
I'll see what I can do. You can get out of this. Just give the police something.
Like what? A hand job?
Try the Richardsons. It was them who did your dad.
If I knew that, I'd give him up. The only thing to get out of here.
Well, the night is young, Brian.
Well, that's a large one, Jack. I'll be pissed on duty.
Wouldn't be the first time, Mr. Drury.
Don't think I can do anything for Brian. Maybe get a couple of charges dropped. He did whack a policeman.
Tell me who to go into.
I wish it was me, Duck. You could try Detective Superintendent Slipper.
I don't know him.
He won't be cheap. I'll set up a meeting, Duck.
Let's get to first position, Jack. Who told you I could help? That don't matter, Mr. Slipper. Either you can or you can't. Then I can't. Not even for a lot of money? I tell you what. You give me the names of all the corrupt policemen you know, and your nephew Brian walks scot-free. I'm not sure I want him out that badly. Oh, just a few names? Not even old Bill working for the Krays, and believe me, I want to be shot of them. You surprised me, Jack. It's the first time I've come across honour among thieves. And now, I'm arresting you for trying to pervert the course of justice. Don't try to run, my men are on both sides of the street.
That was a sickening turn-up for the books. Our family was really going through it. Mum still recovering from breast cancer, Joey having to have an operation on his jaw, and Jack and me both in clink. Finally, Joey managed to get Arnold Goodman to represent us at the magistrate's court. When word filtered back that he had got Jack out on bail, my spirits lifted a bit. When I went up the steps into the dock, the atmosphere in the court was decidedly chilly. I didn't dare look at the magistrate, but stared at the rolls of fat on the back of Goodman's neck. They seemed to wobble as he spoke.
My client is full of remorse over what happened, Sir Michael. He does have a full defence. The terrible mitigating circumstances of his father being tortured by a criminal gang wanting sensitive business information led to this temporary loss of control.
The magistrate decided that my loss of control seemed to have stretched over a considerable period, and for that reason, he was remanding me in custody. It would be a miserable Christmas for us all. The only good thing about the close of the year was MPs voting to end the death penalty for capital murder. I didn't realise just then how significant such a vote was going to be for me, or what the arrival of Tony Wednesday back in my life was going to mean. But I'm jumping ahead again.
In G.F. Newman's The Corrupted, Joey Oldman was played by Toby Jones, Cath Oldman by Denise Goff, Brian Oldman, Joe Armstrong, and Jack Braden by Luke Allen Gale. Emil Savundra and Bruce Reynolds was Sanjeev Bhaskar, Tony Wednesday, Alec Newman, Superintendent Slipper, Mark Perry, Pongo, Chinawadu, Ken Drury, Matthew Marsh, D.I. Fennick, Theo Fraser-Steele, Arnold Goodman, Edward Max, Turwitt, Jonathan Taffler, Margaret Courtney, Vanessa Kirby, Bob Boothby, Paul Jessen, Charlie Richardson, Patrick Marlowe, and Alan Carmichael, Mark Perry, with Ross Kemp as the narrator. G.F. Newman's The Corrupted was produced and directed by Clive Brill and is a Brill production for BBC Radio 4.